So we're going to be installing the air oil separator, 2015 Chevy Silverado. We got a Moroso air oil separator. Product description. Let's open it up. Got some paper, actual can, fittings, hoses, bracket, some stickers, and good old instruction manual. Let's get started. So for this installation, you're gonna need an impact driver if you have one. If not, just ratchet with 10 millimeters and 8 box knife, flathead for prying, Allen wrench. It's a 3/16, and something to measure with when you cut your hose. So you start off by taking off these clips right here. Push down, pull out, wiggle. Not too hard because it can snap off. You spin it out the way, do it on both sides. There's the driver's side. Wiggle. Just it out the way. Then what you want to do is undo this with a flathead or an 8 mil. I'm gonna do this one right here too. Same thing, flathead or a 8 mil. So you can do it with the ratchet, or if you have a little impact wrench. And just wiggle her off. Just put it off to the side. Then we're gonna undo this PCV line. Goes down here, goes right behind the second spark plug. It's the same as these. You're gonna just push the tab and wiggle it off. Might struggle, use a flathead. I kind of struggled, but I got it off. Same thing. Just kind of carefully take it out. So it should look like this. It's like that. So what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to cut it, because this line is gonna go to your catch can, which is gonna end up being located right next to windshield wipers reservoir. So you're gonna have to cut it. I'm gonna cut it right before it starts turning, obviously, because the line's gonna go straight. And over here, I'll give it some slack, just so it could run with it right here together. So when you're cutting it, simple box knife works. I already cut it. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off so you can kind of see. Just hold it real good, put pressure on the blade. You feel it kind of go through and just slips through. That's it. So when you cut it, this piece is gonna connect down here, and you could actually twist this around at the angle you want it. So that's why I left it like that, pointing up. Well, I can still twist it, so it can point up and come across right here. Same with this one. It's gonna be right there. It's gonna come out of here next to the other one. And you want to run these through hot water so they can kind of loosen up, because you will be installing this onto the PCV line that you cut, and the bigger side is going to connect to the hose. So this piece is actually supposed to bottom out. The tube is supposed to bottom out all the way in there, but even with the warm water, it's still a tight fit. So what we're gonna do is grab some channel locks and hold it from the center. Kind of just pry it in there against the wall, something hard, because it is a super tight squeeze. So this is how it should come out to be compared to this. So it has all that to go. So we're gonna go ahead and do the other one, and I'll show you guys the next step. So next, you're gonna undo your hose, and it should measure 60 inches. And you're gonna cut it straight down the middle. You're gonna have X's on both sides, so just cut it. The box cutter should do it just fine. And then you get your catch can ready. I don't have Teflon, but I'm still gonna install it like this, and I'll go run by and get some later. But it's basically, doesn't matter which way it goes because it's no in and out. It's just gonna pass through and drop the oil. So these go on the tops. Again, with Teflon, don't have none. I'm gonna point it towards the engine. Once we have it in there, we'll know where to go. The bottom hole, the valve, same thing with Teflon. Just gonna put it like that for now. Same thing. Teflon once we get it. This is gonna sit on this little holding bracket, which goes attached with those two, the screws, and I'll show you where this gets mounted at too, with the windshield wiper fluid reservoir. So we'll go ahead and just connect our hoses to the hoses we just cut so we can install them. Do the other one. Cut the little heat shield in half so it'll still be on both pieces. So once we have our hose connected to the piece with the heat shield, kind of run it behind the wires, and it's right there until you hear it click. Right there, nice and snug. This wire is gonna come over here, because again, this is gonna go installed next to the windshield wiper reservoir. So the longer straight piece, gonna go through here. It's gonna end up behind the spark plug. 1, 2. I don't know if you can see it. A little spigot right there. So. Right through. I'm gonna twist it from down here. It's gonna be at the right angle. If it ever wants to go in. So, yank it off. Oh, all right. There you go. click. Heat shield. Spin this out the way. These are gonna run together. Doesn't really matter, in or out. It's just air traveling, so the oil can get caught at the catch can. Now we're gonna get the catch can ready. That's 2 holes on top, 1 on the bottom for the drain. We don't have Teflon at the moment, but we're just gonna install it this for now and swing by the store in a bit. Put Teflon on that. So it won't leak. Same thing, Teflon. 2 of these, 1 for each side. It's no in and out, it's just passing through. I'm just gonna put these temporary to show you guys. Same thing. So it should both face the engine, and we'll determine right now which way we want this to point for the easiest. So this bracket, it's gonna go like this. The hose closest to the top. Same thing, we're gonna install it on the outside. And this just has 2 little Allen bolts. A little pressure washer. And put thread lock on it as well after we're all done explaining. Just the bolt to lock in the catch can. So it should look like that. Install the bracket first so you won't be struggling the whole thing. So this bracket is gonna go installed in between this reservoir and the mounting point using the same screw, which is a 10 millimeters. This bracket is gonna face towards the outside of the car, driver's side, just so it won't be too close to the radiator hose and all that good stuff. So let's undo this. And just slide that in there. Just a second. Right, so let's tighten this up. So that's mounting point. Tighten all these up later. Like I said, doesn't matter, in or out. Let's get the catch can. It's gonna sit in here. Once it's tightened up, cut these hoses to exact length, or if you want them to have a little bit of play, I'm just gonna go inserted right there, right there. So. Get the little clamps later as well for these. Thought it came with them, but this one's face this the other way. Easier to catch it. So that's what it's gonna look like basically at the end of the day. Cut these hoses down, put everything back together. So we cut the hoses to where we like them at, nice and not too much slack, but not super tight where something will happen and it snaps off. So next step is to put this back. So you kind of just put it where it's gonna go. I think if you do this side first, it's easier. Slide it on in. Same thing with this one. So you get the 8mm. You tighten it. Same in over there. Make sure it's in there all the way. You want to connect these lines back so they click. Same on this side. Good to go. That's it. Just empty it out from here, remove its little protector boot, open up the valve, catch it. Yep, there you have it.